are you a property investor confused about how to get quality information in Bali? Are you looking across and seeing just another sort of sales gimmicky promotion about a person who so-called is knowledgeable about the law or tourism statistics? Do you really want to get down to brass tacks, facts about how the future of Bali's real estate climate will develop? You've stumbled upon the right episode of the Bali Business Review. My name is Jing, and I'll lead you through using insightful, open source information on how you can make great insights about what is going to happen in the Bali real estate and property market. Stay tuned and find out more. Okay, so the problem that we're facing oftentimes in Bali is that we're unable, as let's say English speakers or perhaps approaching from an English first environment, to get through the language barrier. And what exactly do I mean by this? Many investors going to invest in Indonesia often forget that the laws and some of the source documentation might not be optimized for usage by English speakers. This is an unfortunate consequence of the way that algorithms are structured on social media and of course on YouTube and other search engines, such that a lot of the more boring and more factual content that is published by the universities and by the official government are ranked below those published by real estate agencies, developers, and also, well, I would have to admit, also property management companies like the one I have, Book and Vista. So what can you do as a savvy property investor to get down to the source root material? You can do some research of your own, but I've already simplified it, and I'll show you the research that I've done. So in the next few moments, I'd like to share my screen. I'd like to bring you through how you can use amazing, let's say, research capabilities within ChatGPT to quickly organize and find root sources for information. And I'll give you a quick demo on how that can be done. The first thing you need to do is, of course, you need to download or have ChatGPT. I think that in 2025, it is perhaps criminal if you don't have a ChatGPT account. But if you look on the screen right now, what I've done first is that I'm asking ChatGPT to do some deep research for me here. Deep research is this button that you see in the corner here. If you haven't upgraded ChatGPT to have deep research, well, either do it for yourself, pay the extra bit of money, or come on this show and watch me do it. So what you really want is you want to see the source material for all of these research topics, okay? And you can see there's this so-called source material. These materials are often being pulled off of real estate websites that have, once again, the objective of trying to selling real estate. So we can express a little bit more critical thinking and go a little bit deeper by going through and asking this question. We know that is a real estate website positioned to sell real estate, and we know that it uses English, but we want to find information from government, university, and true source information, and do me the benefit of reporting that back in English so I can understand. So this is what we'll find out. We can find out really good source information from the Ministry of Investment called BKPM. So this is right from the horse's mouth. You can open this document right here, and I'll leave a link on this YouTube channel to find out. But here's the Indonesian Investment Guidebook, written, surprisingly, in English. It comes direct from the government. It has all the different chapters about major projects, whether real or imaginary, written inside this. And if it's too much to digest or too much to process at one time, I'll show you a cool trick, right? You can simply just ask ChatGPT, give me a summary, okay, of the Indonesia Investment Guidebook and how it pertains to Bali real estate as a... Okay, now you need to fill in the blank for this part, right? If you are a Canggu property owner, then you should write Canggu villa owner, say, or maybe you're a Nusa Dua hotel owner, and you can put it there, or you're an Uluwatu guest house owner over here, okay? So you can put those in and let ChatGPT do the hard work for you and summarize and read through this documentation and understand. Okay, see, it asks even really good follow-up questions. So let's ask, let's say, a comparison of opportunities and risks, number 2 for each of the properties. So let's go with 2. Let's go with number 2. The technique I'm showing you right now, once again, allows you to independently verify and qualify the sources of information. Once again, don't trust anybody, trust yourself. Do your own little bit of research. You're about to spend hundreds, if not millions of dollars. I think this little bit of minimal research will save you a ton of agony. And if anything else, it will help you engage in a more, let's say, informed conversation with any developer or any person who's selling you a property, okay? Now, while it's doing some deep research right now, we'll go on to read other topics that have been dropped out. Okay, so we also can take a look at, there's a journal acta, which is really interesting. It's another piece of factual information published by the Master of Notarial Laws in the Faculty of Law from an Indonesian university. So this is evaluating the land regulation and gentrification of challenges. We can look at, let's say, the background of these people over here. Let's see who we can find. Let's look for the folks over in this side. Okay, I don't see any information about them yet. But once again, this is highly referenced material. You can see all the different types of, let's see. Okay, there we go. You can see all the different references and sources that have been used to put together this quality piece of research. And so this is, once again, based more on fact and less on conjecture and real estate messiness, okay? Next is infrastructure developments enhancing investment appeal. Once again, you can open those up and dig deep on it, and you're getting right from the horse's mouth about what the government really intends to do. Instead of relying on interpretation, instead of relying on different faculties to, let's say, change the narrative in their own favor, read directly from the source, find out who the people are who are directly responsible. If that's, once again, too much for you to analyze, then take the PDF file over here, upload it back into ChatGPT, okay? And ask ChatGPT to do the hard work and find out what is happening. Just a little bit of download, copy, paste, and once again, you can use this as a reference to give me advice about Bali property investment as a, once again, fill in who you are. Let's say you're a Canggu villa owner, okay? So this little bit of research will free you from the perils of believing content that's been narratively guided to create an outcome in which you'll buy a property and which you'll regret later, okay? All right, so this is great. As you can see, this is a fun way, hopefully, of doing a bit of research, using real sources and avoiding any confusion that would lead to regrets later on in your investment purchase decision. There is powerful AI tools like ChatGPT that can really cut through and get down to the source information that can benefit all investors from making a more quality investment decision and avoid things like market failure, disappointment, oversupply, too much proliferation of short-term rentals, environmental destruction, and all these negative effects that we see based generally on investors making bad, poor investment decisions, okay? So once again, this is Jing again from Market Insights, and hopefully this quick little workshop using ChatGPT and deep research and research tools will allow us to improve and positively transform the real estate marketplace here in Bali. All right, signing off from California again. Watch, comment, like, subscribe, go through, and really enjoy, and hopefully we can see the end benefit to this progression in Bali.